Welcome, everybody. Today is Monday, October 27th, 2025, and we're up $23 today. So it was a good day. We took an option on the SPY today, which gave us a tiny winner. Could have held it for more, but it's all right. Remember, not everyone does as well on the stock market, and you're risking your money. And if you cannot afford to lose it, do not jump in. Get financial professional advice before making any decisions. If you do intend to trade, get on the simulator. Minimum 3 months. It takes folks sometimes years to learn how to trade, and I'm talking 10 or more. So today our P&L was up and down, down, up, and we wound up on trades. We wound up $7.28 up, but the trader view there doesn't show the $16 that we made off our SPY option. So you had 16, that's 23.28 for the day, which is okay, decent. And here's our option call. So we bought it when we thought that it was going to go up. We bought it at $71, an option that expires today at 1 p.m. Eastern. And we sold it at 87 cents. And TOS gave us a price improvement of $1, which was great. And it is 1 o'clock now. And as I'm looking at the price of the SPY, it's at 683.74, and our winning would have been 683.73 for $75. So it's okay. We're continue to reduce that monthly P&L. We're down 43.64, and for the 3 months since August, we are now only down $8. So it's important to continue all those little greens that you saw last week and even today. They make a difference. Just stay green. And for our efficiency today, as you can see there, our average losing trade was more than our average winning trade, but we took four trades that were winners and only two losers. And that's a misnomer. I can't say, oh, I have a 66% winning ratio. That's bull. Um, because obviously I would have only made $7 if it wasn't for the option. So this is kind of skewed. But oh well. It do what we have. And here are our trades, 6 trades, including the option. And there you can see the SPY circle for a $16 winner, CODX. We essentially broke even because we lost and then we made it back. So $23.28. Trader View is great, but $30 a month is kind of expensive. I'm writing my own report software. Yeah, that's right. So, the first trade we took was on Diz. We took a Diz trade, DZZ, and we got up late. Obviously, my wife woke me up and says, "Aren't you going to jump on the stock market?" I said, I'm going back to sleep." But this was in a halt, and this is a weird entry, one that I do not recommend anyone do. I just saw power here. I don't know how. My instinct told me all the indicators look really well. I'm going to jump in, and this is awfully high, and it was already stopped in that first. If you look at the current bar there and go back 4 bars, it had already had a halt there, and you can see that bar next to it. It went all the way down, almost $7 or yeah, 6.95, and then it picked itself up, and I think that's what I liked about it. So I jumped in and I walked away. I went on a bio, and when I come back, and so this is happening because I entered in my template. You see, 68 cents up, 18 cents down. So if you like our videos, like and subscribe. It's absolutely free, costs nothing. We're not going to come to your house, and it helps the channel out and helps others who might benefit from our videos to watch them. The algorithm will show it to a lot more folks. So yeah, so I come back, and this is where we're sitting at a $9.80 win, and in another halt. So had I been here, I probably would have sold right before the halt and been happy with the 8, $7. And it was weird. One thing that happened is I was in a template, and you see the stop and the sell stop and the sell limit are gone. And what you'll see me do here in a second is I'm wondering, well, if this goes down, I need to get out. I don't want it to fall back. So I'm looking, and I put a stop, and then um, oh, I see what was happening. So my stops got taken out in the halt. So that's something to keep a note on. So like a dummy, I keep trying to put a sell stop with a template, uh, and I finally changed it to single. And I said, no, I know it's gonna come down, so I'm just gonna put it in there. And I set it at 1166, and thinking that it'll stop me out real quick. But if you look at that candle spread, the spread on that candle is $2.24. So that's a huge, huge amount. And obviously, here I do think that it's overextended. We have no business being in here at all, not especially at this price. And I think this was a 10-minute halt. And 10-minute halts are gonna come back, and I think they're gonna bring the house down. They're just gonna drop. The volume looks good. The MACDs look good. Everything looks good, but it looks good for the folks who were in it before $8. But or actually anybody who entered in after $9. So here it comes back. It drops, and it sells us out somewhere like a 1062. So it dropped $1 beyond what our sell stop was. So we made $5.60. Okay, at least we didn't lose. So that's what's important. So this was a different kind of play. I do not recommend it to anyone. I think this is one in a million. I don't think I will ever see this in my lifetime. So don't try this at home, kids. Um, so DZZ fizzles out, and I'm looking at the SPY. So I'm looking for options, and there was really no other stock moving. And so I start looking at the SPY, and I look at Nvidia and OKLO, and I'm looking for a play in options. Obviously, buying shares of the SPY is way too high. And I'm looking here, and so I begin to mark potential areas of support and resistance, and that's what I'm looking at. And you see that channel, and it looks like it's going down, and then a little later, it starts to pick up again, and now it has dipped below BWAP. It's coming back up, and I say, why not? I hear that there may be announcements about a China deal, so I'm saying, you know what? People are going to jump on this and kick it up. And the SPY has been moving, and as soon as I see that trade reversal there, I jump in. I bought one contract. Now I bought an in the money call. The in the money call was 683, and no, sorry, not 683. I forgot what it was. But to break even is 683.74, I think, or something like that. Oh well, sorry guys, it's a Monday, and here I'm thinking, oops, and it's going back down. But I had faith in it, so I kept it. Yeah, and I think we had to go to 683. in order to make money. But we made money regardless. It went up in price. So um, we continue to watch. And once you buy an option, there's no sense in sitting there and looking at it. And the option expires today, 10/27, at 1 p.m. Eastern. And here we are at 7:57 a.m. Pacific, so it's 10:57 Eastern. So we only got a couple of hours before the option's going to close. And potential loss is $75 if it goes against you and it doesn't uh, recover, or more, obviously. And yeah, watching some of these indices, it's like it's crazy. I don't know how you could sit there. I see folks who are trading with this prop firms, right? And they trading the EQ and the N whatever, and they're like 25,000, and they're sitting there watching this, and it just that would be not that I would never try it. It's just that it just seems crazy. Plus, why would I pay a prop firm? I mean, I'm already my paying my price of admission by learning by $150 in lessons for the past 17 months. So, and I think it has been well worth it because I've been learning and doing well. Now, what caused me to go in here? Um, that move up, those two green bars. Um, I know the MACDs were down, and the MACD histogram doesn't show a good pattern. But a little bird in the back of my head told me, you know what, there might be good China news, and it's just gonna kick it up. I also looked at the looked on the daily, and it looked like it was on the day. It looks like it's poised to move. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it winds up the week close to 685. And Nvidia, I wasn't expecting it to hit 190 after the past 2 weeks. But if you, I don't know if you guys recall, I did do a update video about 3 weeks back, and I said that on the after the 23rd, Nvidia would go up, and that's because of earnings. So earnings are coming up in November, and it's gonna go up from here. So I would expect it to, from 191, we might go to 193, but I'm not trusting it. I'm not even taking any bets on it, and the options on Nvidia are way too high. I think people know that that's going to happen. So even the in the money calls are like, 14, $12 a piece per share, and at 100 shares that eats up over half uh, a 2K account capital. So that's not that's not feasible. So as we're watching it here, it looks like we made a mistake, but um, a couple of minutes here, 8 a.m. And that's another thing that surprised me today. I expected the market today to be booming with lots of stocks moving and high, but now we continue the same pattern as last week. I mean, today, from what I'm seeing, it wasn't as good as Friday. Friday was even better than today, I think. Uh, but here it looks like it's beginning to turn around. The SPY is, and I decide, okay, well, watch it a little bit more, and then I'm gonna let it go and see what happens. Because here you can look, I've added it to my watch list. One contract, and I'm down $10.50 on it. I paid 71 cents, and it's at 62 cents, 61 now. So I'm thinking, oh well, it's gonna be a flop. And I should have been watching the the option, not the SPY. But yeah, watching the option is kind of I can't I can't sit there and watch an option. It's just crazy. But right here we get some green, what looks like a double bottom, and again the importance of the support and resistance. You see that support line I drew right above 682.6. Uh, I drew that before it went down there. It hit there twice, and so in hindsight, I should have waited until they hit 682.60 and then bought the option at what is it right now, 63 cents. So it was probably at 61, 62 cents, and it went all the way up to 98 cents. That would have been a 30-cent win, and it's 100 shares. One contract equals 100 shares. So that would have been $30. So that would have been nice. But anyway, we abandoned it. We left it, went to CODX. And this one, I guess, made made good moves in the pre-market, I think. And it was now starting to make a move. It's 7:53 in the morning. So this is a little uh, before the SPY. I put the SPY video all together so that I wouldn't have to cut back and forth. So in between here, I'm watching this and I'm switching to get the option and then come back here. And there'll be a cut upcoming here. But I wanted to show you guys what CODX was doing at 7:54 a.m. Pacific, 10:54 Eastern. So um, this looked juicy here. It actually looked juicy, and the volume was starting to come up. And I said, I wonder if I should go in. But I felt shy here. Here I had already taken a trade. $5.60 was my profit so far, and I didn't want to risk my $5. Sorry, we were green all of last week. We just got green this morning, and yeah, it's not a whole lot of money, but it's green. And as the day turned out, I wasn't wrong. It was an exercise in discipline because the MACDs begin to close, and this starts to go down. So would have been too risky. So now here we are. It was 7:54. Now we moved ahead to 8:13 in the morning Pacific. So it's 11:13 on the Eastern Coast. And now you see what happened right there. You can see that from that 95-cent high, it just sold off all the way below 80 cents. So uh, I had no indication that at 80 cents uh, it was going to climb, and it's only climbed 7 cents. So the bars are a little bit misleading. But here at this point, I think it has a good chance. And if you look at the MACD down below, the zero lag, you see I drew lines there. So I'm looking for a pattern. The gray lines have to go above that line, which is the prior highs, and we know the lower lows are already lower lows because those pink bars are a lot higher. So, but I'm an idiot with bracket orders. I don't know why I didn't change it before I went in. 68 cents is way too high, and I keep saying I'm going to change the template. I'll do it tomorrow morning. I need to have templates at 10, 20, 30, and 40 cents up, and they need to have enough of a uh, room down below. I can't make it like 9 cents or 5 cents because otherwise I get stopped out, and then it just eats up my settled cash, especially if I'm going in with 500 or 1,000 shares. So if I was going in with 10 shares, yeah, it'd be okay. But then at that point, I'd only be earning, 30, 40 cents or be losing 30 or 40 cents. And that's just not going to cut it, not going to go anywhere. So while I try to adjust, I finally get it to a point where I think it's okay. Interesting enough, look at where I put my sell limit, right at 104, right under 105. And the reason why that's important is because CODX is at 105 right now. Well, let me check. It was. It's not refreshing. Okay, it's back to 99 cents. But it hit 125 high and it hit 123, I think. So it was going to hit 105. Had I not had the sell stop and just held it, that would have been the play. But again, you see the MACDs are now closing down to the downside. And so who in their right mind is going to sit here and say, oh, I'm going to hold 500 shares of this until it hits 105? I mean, you have to be an awful gambler or know something that we don't. Because on the 5 minute bar there in the middle, you can see there awesome oscillator showing three tall red volume bars, which are being sold off. The 133 tick chart's the only one that gives you any indication that it looks like it's going to go up, but we can't be sure. And on our zero lag MACD, the histogram has turned downwards. Now you can see that it did not hold and it did not pass our line. And so we were a little too eager and too early. So that's important. So that's what those two lines are for there. I'm going to start drawing those lines from now on, checking it just to be sure. The histogram pattern there has helped me quite a bit. And so we continue to watch, and obviously buyers give up, and folks start selling, and we get stopped out, I think. Yeah, I mean, not too bad. $20. It isn't the $100, $50 that I used to get lose before. So I'm trying not to hold anything anymore. And I have some confidence in that if I'm down $20, that something comes along I can recover. I'm not gonna go into it, but again, that right graphic right there in that chart, you can see. To me, that looks like a candlestick, a chandelier pattern. It goes up, comes back down, goes up. I got to put that in a 3D modeling somehow so I can see what it draws. Because there's got to be a pattern there you can draw off of that. It just goes up, down, then it looks. And if you were to string that out in a circle, it would look like a chandelier. So it begins to go up though, and the encouraging thing for me here was those the histogram. You notice that it started to go down, and it was just a bear trap. It needed liquidity, and it went down. So we say, "What the heck? Let's jump in," because we think it's going to pick up. Even though the volume is still red and selling in the awesome oscillator on the 5 minute there, but the 133 tick mark chart down below, equivalent to a 10-second chart, is staying up. And so we continue to watch it. And one of the things I observed, and I wasn't paying that much attention, um, yeah, interestingly enough, here you see our sell stop was low enough to the point where it came back down looking for liquidity and it climbed back up again. Had we put our sell stop any lower, any higher, we would have get taken out, and then we would have lost on that on this trade. It would have been a losing trade. and we would have added to our loss. Instead, it's starting to move up, and then I'm finally able to move the sell limit down to right below 90 cents. And it's a game, guys. You're playing against the market. You're playing against the folks that are buying, against the guys that are selling, trying to guess and do your best to to make sure that you make the right decisions. And the right decisions are what some folks call rules. They're just best practices, but you gotta implement them and you gotta use them. If you don't, then some of the losses, like what's happened to me and others, YouTubers that you can watch, we wind up holding and hoping that the stock will come back. That's called holding a bag. You start holding a bag, and for sure, what's going to happen is you're going to lose. So you got to cut your loss. And in a small account, if you got a very small account, less than 2K, it's going to be very difficult. And this is what I'm talking about. You see, my sell stop was low enough. I'm not advising you to do what I do. Uh, this is just my practice. It's my journey. It's what how I trade. And every individual needs to trade their own way. They need to build their own methods, their own strategies, and be able to implement them and stick with them. And they'll be different than mine, and that's okay. And objectively, it is about you holding the line so that your account does not go red whatsoever. It really is that. Say my account is what it is, and I don't want my bank account to go my broker account to go down in money at all. So here we moved our stop up, I think, our sell stop, because now we're in the money. So even if we get stopped out, we're going to make a few dollars. But this bar isn't encouraging. It's building another candle, adding more candles to the chandelier. And I only choose the chandelier analogy because folks say, "Oh, it's building a Christmas tree." Well, to me, it's a chandelier. Or like you wrap your Christmas lights around the tree. That's what it looks like. Is oh, you go high, then you go low, then you go high, then you go low. So here we're dangerously close to our sell stop, and we're okay if we get stopped out at 80, right underneath 86 cents. One of the biggest issues, and I've heard other folks talk about it, is the penny stocks in this four decimal places. It's a bitch to try to be moving the sell and the stop and limit up and down when uh, Thinkorswim says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't accept odd sell stops." That's effed up. If you put it on the active trader window, you should accept my order. Doesn't make any sense. So we get taken out, and this is what I'm talking about. We get taken out, and that's okay. We made a couple of bucks. You see, we were down over 20, and now we're only down 18.50. And so by moving our stop, we made a couple of bucks, and now it goes back up again. That's okay, a couple of pennies, and we continue to watch it. Oops. And the sell volume on the histogram and the awesome oscillator still red, but the 133 tick chart still showing that it's holding up. I want to thank everyone that watches our videos. We truly appreciate it. I hope it's helping someone out there. We're not hugely making a whole lot of money, but that's not the objective for right now. For right now, we need to traverse this stock market, the difficult economy. I'm sure it's difficult for everyone. I'm sure that there are folks who are killing it, which is great. But we're looking for a more bullish market to the point where everything that we've learned, and for the past 3 months especially, which have been difficult, that we can apply to a bull market, and that we can move forward and move the account forward. And if that happens, then it'll be recorded for posterity right here on YouTube. So it starts to move, and now it's showing a little bit more strength, and we're gaining confidence, and everything is showing that it's going to move up. Even though our histogram on our MACD there chart hasn't risen, and it's actually broke the pattern. You notice that the it made a higher low and a lower high, but enthusiasm being what it is I think folks just we're looking for something. And I mentioned 8 a.m. earlier. Usually, what we'll see is, there's a small surge at the open, then another small surge at 7 a.m., and I'm talking Pacific time hours, and then a surge at 8 a.m. Today, it looks like everybody woke up late like me, and the surge didn't happen here until 8:30, at least for this stock. So we're thinking that this is going to go up to $1 and that we're going to let it go. But you know what? I said to myself, nah, I'm good, thank you. So I recovered the loss, and now I'm positive, and my watch list is now showing. Um, I've sold the option on the SPY. Made it. Oh no, I haven't. Still active. I made $5.60 on DZZ. I've made $6.53 on CODX, and my option is around $16 in the green. So I've got nice 27, $28 there. And at this point, I see that double top there off of those two bars, and I think, I don't know if it's going to go higher. And then the red begins to show. But if you look at our histogram down on the MACD, it's starting to go up. So I just wanted to blow this up to show you guys where I'm at right now. I'm up $28, and I've sold the SPY option for 87.5 cents, and it's up to 93. Eventually goes up to 98, and I'm green on both on the both stocks that I traded. So here, what I should do is quit, get out. But FOMO being what it is, drew me back in. And it's only because I saw that right there. It finally popped. And I don't know if you were paying attention, but on the active trader window, um, at times we were seeing 2,000 to 3,000 bids, and you have to multiply those by 100. And there you go again. You can see them 2,700, 2,000, 3,000. So those are millions and millions of shares on CODX. Even though the uh, float shows a lot less than that. And by the way, it's up to $1.07 right now. It looks like it's going to make another move. I'm going to look at the float on this because I still have $1,300 to play with. It's a $36 million float. And it's 10:41. It's a little too early, I think. So far it's up 200%. I might go back in. So this might be a premature recap. And here I'm waiting for it to go past my that 111 line, and I jump in with some size. And I can't get filled. I had a hard time getting filled there. Even though it's moving right now, it's moving very slow. And I'm trying to get in, and I'm trying to get in, and going back and forth. And then I make a mistake, and I put the sell stop at 60 cents, and I meant to do it at 6 cents because I wasn't going to risk a whole lot. And so obviously I'm thinking here it's a little overextended, and I don't get filled. Trying to get filled. Nope. Right. Go back. I see the error and I fix it. And I go with a buy market, which is gives me a 116, which isn't too bad of a fill, but I should have been filled at 111, 114 when I first took it. So it's looking like it's good, and I'm looking to cancel or flatten out, and I'm kind of afraid to cancel the automatic sells because I'm going to lose money, and I'm trying to decide whether this is going to go any higher. And obviously, I'm at the top, so yeah, too much indecision on my part here, and that's what happens. I wind up with $1.68. Everyone, have a wonderful day. I might probably might go back in. We'll know later. Bye.